Hello and welcome. My name's Gail Moffat and these are videos where I connect to God. But today I would like to do a little bit of a talk myself, and this is, I think, is quite an important aspect of that I have discovered through working with God. You know, he gives me many jobs, he talks to me about many things he wants me to do, but one of the things that he specifically asked me to do is he's asked me to be what is known as a spiritual healer. And with spiritual healing, so this is my understanding that I have gained in knowledge over the years doing this work, is that a guide will normally stand by the side of you. So that could be a surgeon or a doctor. It could be an angel or someone that is experienced or knowledgeable in healing. And I have had a few guides with me, including Saint Sebastian, who has spent most of his life dealing with healing. But I've also had, currently I've got a guy called Dr. James, and he's very enthusiastic to do some psychic surgery, which I don't know, basically it's all you would probably feel is me sort of putting your hands on somebody. You wouldn't sort of feel anything. I might sort of a slight bit of pressure or something like that, but other than that you wouldn't sort of feel much. But what's going on is that they use energy to actually carry out a surgery. And so this can be sort of anything from removing a cancer or something like that. Obviously this is all part of God's will. You know, if God doesn't have the will for you to heal, then there's nothing that I could do. But if there is a God's will, then of course things can be done. And so that's Dr. James. But also the other guide that I have, and you won't be surprised to hear this, is God. He is somebody that, he is God. He is God, and he has made a decision that it will be him and his energy that will come forward with healing. And what I've noticed is that when he comes close on a healing level, that the energy is so much more intense, so much more stronger. And when he first started coming close to me, I remember I was a bit unsure about the energy. It just felt so strong. And so he sort of tried to sort of test the waters out and went a little bit more gently and just built it up over time. And eventually I got to the level where I can cope with his energy. So he's also sort of one of my healers. Another thing that I want to say is, through my conversations with God and through the work that I'm doing with God, he wants to very much, I think it's all about proof that he's here and he's with me, and he very much wants to do some healing miracles and do it, you know, quite. But the other thing that I find interesting is he's repeatedly said to me he doesn't want anyone to have an instant sort of cure, because he says to me that doing it slowly is less of an impact to the body. So in other words, if you have you know, when you think of the miracles that took place when Jesus was walking on the earth, they were instant, and from what I can gather from God, it was quite a shock to the body, and that took its toll on people. And so he prefers to do it more gradually and more slowly over a few months. So that's the difference of how he's working with us. And maybe in those times it had to be instant, and today it's still just as plausible if it takes 2 or 3 months. And I suppose it depends on the condition as well. You know, if we have somebody that has an incurable disease and then we can cure them, then that would just be amazing. So I'm really excited about how this is going to go with God, and I'm looking forward to some of the miracles. I am aware of some people that I have given healing to that have made some quite miraculous recoveries over a period of time. In fact, a friend of mine who I've been giving healing to, she has had a problem with her wrist, and she basically she went to see the orthopedic surgeon, and this surgeon said, I cannot understand why your wrist has healed in the way it has. It is so unlikely that this would happen. And the words of the surgeon was, you must have an angel with you. And I thought, well, she's got more than an angel with her. She's got God. God did this. So there's things like, that's just one example of many. So what I want to say is that over time, I'm looking to start up a healing practice in my home and invite people to come to my home and have healing. And I hope that will be just as enjoyable for you as it is for me. But I did promise God that he could talk, and we've talked about this, and he's going to talk about healing as well. So I'm going to go to God and see what he has to say. When I first started to work with Gail, I knew that I had to make a point to the main population that I indeed truly am working with Gail. And so I made a decision that I would, of course, bring my energy forward and create a healing energy for those people that come close to Gail. In addition to her working closely with myself, I have given her a particular energy that is unusual to your world. And I have already informed her that her left hand is a hand that has the energetic power to give healing all on its own. This healing energy that I have provided for her, I truly hope will help many people that I will instantly bring to her and help her in her work that she is doing. Over time, as we progress with this work, I will be looking to ask for many people who are not only just sick, but have terminal illnesses to contact Gail and be given the opportunity and the chance to receive the healing energy, both from myself and from her. Today, I am particularly pleased that the work that I am doing with Gail is moving to a new level where she will be invited to stand in front of many audiences. Despite the slow start that we've had, I can assure you that her work will progress and will go out into the world. Much of her work will be of an educational nature about what I require for mankind and how I wish to help mankind. But part of that educational nature will always be where I will ask Gail to place her hands on those people that come close and receive healing. Like always, I ask that we pray at the end of my conversation. It is my greatest wish that when I meet people that have a difficult illness, that I am able to step forward and help them, whether that be easing their symptoms or providing a cure for their ailments. I will look to assist man in every way that I possibly can. And I like most of all that people understand that I am truly with Gail, that I have chosen my prophet for this work, and I will continue working with Gail until she passes to my universe. I thank you for listening to my words. Amen. And so, back to Gail. I want to thank God for coming forward with his words and discussing his desire for healing. And I want to thank you for also watching the video. If you like what you see and you've got this far, don't forget to subscribe. It would be wonderful to have you in my little community. So thank you for watching. Goodbye.